Hey, what's up, guys? So yes, I am back. J-Wink is here with the review of the second episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Purpose of the Machine. And I think that title is wrong. Man, I hate myself if I got that wrong. But yes, so this episode, the second episode, was pretty much exactly what we were promised, which is the kind of, we see Ward kind of the reforming of Hydra, and also the main kind of storyline, which is Coulson, Bobby, Mac, Sky, and Fitz get the professor, and they all go and try to find and get Simmons back. And everything lived up to expectations. The episode was fantastic. Everything, I felt, did a good job. All the characters, all the actors did fantastic jobs once again. And first, I'm going to talk about some things I didn't like. So you guys heard me talk about this in my Flash review, and I will talk about it again. So yes, some of the special effects, like when you can tell when the characters are on a background screen, like when they're in the middle of nowhere or when they're in the hangar bay or stuff, you can tell that it's a background, that it's a green screen. So that's something I was just like, it kind of takes me out, but it's on a TV show, so I'm not going to judge or anything. But like I said, I'm not going to judge the Flash about that either, since it's a TV show as well. But it's just not necessarily kind of what I was used to on that show. But that is not the point. We're not here to talk about the Flash. So yes, definitely Ian DeCastro did another fantastic job. And there were a lot of good side stories, especially with May and her dad and Hunter, because now May and Hunter are gonna go. Spoiler alert! Sorry guys. May and Hunter are gonna go after Ward to go and kill him, pretty much for getting revenge. Well, for getting revenge on May's dad getting in a car accident, and then Bobby getting shot, and that's all the past though, but they're just gonna shoot Ward like over 1,000 times until his guts are all over the road. But so we got that side story. I really did like seeing May back in the second episode. I didn't think she'd probably be in this one. I thought she'd probably be in a couple more, but I'm glad that she was in this episode, because it's good to see her back, because it was a big lack. You did feel that, oh, May's not back, in the first episode, but now she is back, and it's cool to see that Hunter is going to get her, so they're going to go and find and kill Ward. And so, yes, Coulson, well, Clark Gregg, Coulson and all of them, they did a fantastic job. The professor, I think he was pretty funny. He had some good comedic moments, especially with Bobby. And especially, like, Ian DeCaster, again, a fantastic performance, especially like last week. This guy deserves some kind of a award or something. He's done a fantastic job, especially in these two. These are probably going to be the best of his, in probably these are the best of the series so far for him. But yet, man, he does a fantastic job. He's done a fantastic job with that motivation and devotion to get Simmons back at all costs. It is just like mind blowing, and I'm glad that they're showing that they actually show that relationship a little bit more, because it is better that we actually see that happen. And then, it's just like, okay, I need to get her back. Okay, can we go get her back, please? But no, he's panicking. He's worried. He wants to get her back. He's afraid every second that he's not going to get her back. And that is just some great character development right there, and just great acting, in my opinion. So, but yeah, I've been saving the big stuff for last. Ward. The whole Ward subplot. Oh man. You guys know, if you guys have watched my season 2 episode reviews, you know how much of a big Ward fanatic I am. Ward is my favorite character on the show. I wish he would not have turned bad, but apparently he did. Evidently he did. But it doesn't matter. I think Brett Dalton does a fantastic job as the character, especially as a villain. And it is cool that we actually kind of get to see Baron von Strucker's son. And I feel like that's kind of like a callback to kind of like the Zemo, to Baron Zemo. Since there were two Baron Zemos. There is the Helmet, which I think Helmet is the new one, is his kid. And Henrik is the grandpa. Well, the old one. So I think that's kind of the relationship they're kind of building here, and I do think that is very cool and very good. I really, it may be a callback or it might not, but I guess if it isn't or if it isn't, I'm interested. I want to know. But yeah, Ward, I think he is just gonna create. he is just going to be a huge thorn in this problem. I don't think he might be a big problem to Coulson until like maybe mid-season, maybe, but definitely to May and Hunter, he will be a big problem, especially to May now since since Baron Strucker's kid is in the actual is now in Andrew's class, and it was good to see the return of Andrew, which is very cool. But yeah, I really did like this episode. A lot of good performances. A lot. There wasn't really, and I did love that scene on the other planet. I don't know what the planet was. If you guys know, let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, that scene. I was so afraid that Fitz was gonna lose her. You know, you saw. I thought that's what was gonna happen, and then they were gonna have to figure out another way to get her back. But then when they grabbed back on, and then when Sky was like, I can't. Well, Daisy, when she said I can't hold it, I was like, oh no, now they're both gonna get lost over there, and then I thought it was gonna be bad, but at least they would have been together. But yeah, it turned out everything was all happy. They made it out alive, and I think Simmons is gonna have some real PTSD. Especially, we saw her kind of at the end of the episode freaking out when she just woke up. She had that piece of wood, and I wonder where did she get that, because she has different clothes that she had in the episode. So, and the hand that she grabbed Fitz's hand with was that hand that she had the wood in. So, but boo, I don't care. Technicalities here. It's just my little nitpicking. But and that she does go and lay by Fitz. It really does show that she did miss him and that he missed her. And they did a fantastic job with that. So, yes, guys, my thoughts on the episode, my rating. I'd probably give the episode 4.7 out of 5. I really did like this episode. A lot of good character performances. The actors did fantastic jobs. I think I liked everything about the episode, but it was it was a good episode. A lot of good things, especially from May's dad. He kind of feels like a wise Yoda character, in my opinion. Whenever I see him, he kind of reminds me of a Yoda. Come on, you got to see. He may not talk backwards, and he may not be green and with long ears and the hair, but you get what I'm saying. So yes, guys, those are my thoughts on the second episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. of Season 3. So next week is going to be pretty awesome. We're going to see everybody going after Lincoln, and that's going to be pretty awesome. So I'll definitely be here to talk about that next weekend. So this is Jay Wink, and I'm winking out. See you guys later.